Today, I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down why I believe that the sports card market is about to really see record numbers. I truly believe this with all my heart. I've been putting my money where my mouth is, investing a lot more into the market recently, and I'm going to be breaking down exactly why I've been investing a lot recently. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say a little bit about our sports card membership program, because our membership program has been on fire. We have our ultra high-end membership program, which has been doing exceptionally well, but all of our membership programs have been seeing great growth. And most recently, one of our great investments was on August 22nd in our ultra high-end report. We recommended our members to buy up Joe Montana's 1981 Topps in a PSA 10 for $45,000 or less. If we look at the current market, the most recent sale is $95,000. There was a few sales before that at $85,000 and $103,000. So our members more than doubled their money and made around a $50,000 profit on Joe Montana's PSA 10 Topps. This is one of the multiple investments that have absolutely taken off from our membership program, and a lot of our ultra high-end members are licking a lot of profits right now. So if you would like to join in on the program, make some money with us, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Even though, over the last 6 to 7 months, the market has not performed as, a lot of us had hoped, but we've still been able to find some great investments, and I definitely believe the next coming 6 to 7 months, we're going to have some incredible investments. A lot of stuff is going to pay off, I believe, but without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So we're essentially just going to be breaking down a few different points on, why I believe the market's going to go crazy. Now, first of all, there's a lot of shows. The pandemic is coming, I guess, to a close, at least in terms of, people going out, people doing things. And I think that's really caused a lot of shows to come up. And these shows are seeing record numbers. I've been to plenty of my local shows around the Bay Area. Of course, the Mint Collective in Las Vegas was absolutely crazy. So I think there's a lot of new people that are just, getting their eyes on sports cards for the first time, ever because of these shows. And I think that's, that's a big reason why a lot of people are going to enter the hobby in the coming months, is just these record number shows. If you're in Las Vegas last week, chances are you had heard of the Mint Collective show. There was so many people there for it. There were so many events tied into it, so many athletes there, just something that's very impossible to miss. I think that's personally one of the reasons why I believe a lot of people are going to get into sports cards. But another big key reason is that Fanatics is in control now. Fanatics has bought out the licenses, and that is huge because Fanatics, is run by incredible businessmen. Of course, they have taken their company to a $27 billion valuation thus far, and they've got, the sports in general, the sports memorabilia market, they've absolutely mastered that, and sports licenses. And I think that's going to be huge because their marketing is incredible. And another thing is they're giving away a percentage to actual NBA teams. So the NBA and other leagues are going to be connected to sports cards. And that's going to mean a lot of athletes and a lot of, in general, people related to sports, such as guys like Ja Morant, actual athletes and actual businessmen, actual owners of these teams, such as Mark Cuban. These guys are going to be pressing sports cards out. These guys are going to be putting a lot of content out about sports cards, I believe, because they're going to have a part of it. They're going to have part ownership in sports cards. And more that Fanatics sells, the more sports cards that sell, the more money they're going to make. And as we saw with Top Shot, when these players are involved in it to that level, they're going to want to post about it on social media. They're going to have, say, for example, sports card breaks in arenas. I believe that could be one day what happens. So I definitely believe that there's, incredible plans for new products such as Topps basketball again, and on top of that, I just believe the marketing is going to be incredible for the sports card hobby over the next, 1 to 2 years, I believe, with Fanatics in control. There's just going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of new marketing, a lot of new people getting in. I have personally been getting followed on Instagram and social media by countless celebrities recently. Just guys who you would never imagine seeing sports cards are currently kind of getting into it. And I think that's incredible. And that kind of brings me to the main point of this video, which is, of course, Drake, Ken Golden, and Logan Paul even joined for a little bit, but these guys have incredible reach. And, Drake has not so far gone live himself, but I think, when he does, that's going to bring incredible amount of eyes to the market. Prior to, I believe, Monday night or Sunday night, when they all went live, prior to that, the most people in a sports card live must have been around 1,000 to 2,000 people. Maybe around 5,000 max. But last night, as I'm recording this, last night when Logan Paul joined the live, there were 27,000 people in this live about sports cards. So I just believe that the market is really going to take a big jump from this. There's just so many people getting into the market, and we're seeing prices go crazy on the stuff that they're buying. For example, these first out the line Flawless, and in general, these Flawless cases were just around $25,000 just a few weeks ago. And they're currently selling for over $40,000. So there's just a lot of growth to be had, a lot of money to be made. I definitely believe you have to play it safe, but at some point, I definitely believe personally, and I can say this because I'm putting my money here too, there's just so much money to be made. There's a lot of people getting into sports cards right now, and that is going to cause prices to rise. Demand comes up, prices go up, but people are smarter. And I will tell you something, people are not going to base cards. I definitely believe that the high-end market is going to see a big jump in the next few weeks. I think in general that's going to trickle down, to, I would say, the lesser high end, the more general cards, such as, I believe, LeBron's Topps Chrome. I believe that's going to be a card that catches fire over the next few months. I believe that's a staple as celebrities get into the sports card market. A lot of them are friends with LeBron. A lot of them, kind of grew up with LeBron, and I think that's really going to cause LeBron's 2003 Topps Chrome to jump. And what I mean by growing up with LeBron is not growing up actually with him, but growing up watching him, and being a big fan. I think that's going to really cause, LeBron's prices to go up. And in general, the grails of the market, such as, Michael Jordan's Fleer, of course, I believe those are bound to see a big increase. If one celebrity comes in and buys up a few of them, that's already going to cause the market to jump. And I think that's going to be a big trickle effect. A lot of celebrities are getting in right now, thanks to Drake and, of course, the other celebrities getting in. And I think, one of these days, I believe it's bound that Drake actually goes live himself on his Instagram. And that is at the bare minimum going to cause 200,000 to 300,000 people to be kind of, Drake's obviously one of the most influential people in pop culture and hip hop culture. And if he goes live and there's a couple 100,000 people, in the live looking at what he's doing, look at him rip sports cards and, obviously show the value of these cards, I think that's just going to be absolutely huge for the sports card market. And I think that's going to really cause prices, especially on the higher end, to see some big price jumps. Now, of course, you may be asking, what exactly should I buy into? I understand, I get all your points. There are a lot of people coming into the market, but what exactly should I get into, especially if you have a little bit lower of a budget? And I think in general, there's no real way to go wrong. With more people getting in, people are going to go to all sorts of different things. If the general, I would say if more people get in, say if tomorrow 10,000 people get into the hobby, get exposed to the hobby, they're all going to go for different things. They're all fans of different teams, and I think there's just going to be an overall increase in demand. I personally am going after grails, such as Michael Jordan's Fleer, LeBron's Topps Chrome. I think these cards are going to see some great growth, but I think in general, it's hard to go wrong. If you go for younger players, it's hard to go wrong. A lot of gambling goes on with younger players' cards, such as Ja Morant, Durant, and just current players cards in general, such as for the playoffs, buying up Steph Curry or Devin Booker. I think that's obviously going to pay off, but I think in general, the safest way to go is to buy up these grails if you do have the capital for it, and if you don't have the capital for it, build your way up by flipping, lower end cards. But I definitely hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what you kind of have in mind, what you guys believe is going to happen. Of course, this is one viewpoint. A lot of different viewpoints out there. You can make a different, argument for a lot of different things. But thank you guys so much for watching. And other than that, I'm out. Peace.